Damn. She's really strong. She could put something like that. The guards laughed. They really took their payback on her. Even I had mine. However, they said something very sweet. Her daughter came back to me, and I noticed the big guy's leaving. Tomorrow, I'll kill those idiots. As well, I throw her a big warm hug. I really appreciate how someone looking for me, even if everyone else sees me as a freak. As long as I have her, everything will be okay. Didn't you want to kill me just now? She teased me, but I paid no mind. Arthur. I look at her, resting my head on her chest. She's pointing at the two guards in the distance. Look at the tiger. Don't you want to know why I gave him that nickname? Look at the tiger's wide back and chest him up and down. He's really had a big hard butt and thick, strong legs. The lion looked very similar, but his pecs and back stood out from the rest of his body. Nice, you were in the moment. I said, kind of annoyed, ending the hug. Oh, why did you stop? I really like your hugs. She victimized herself to me to feel pity. That's what you get for all your silly little jokes, I grumbled. Oh, what silly little jokes? No play, innocent. I know you always bring the biggest and hardest guards or purpose with you, just to make fun out of my reactions. I exclaimed with what little dignity I had left. Oh wow, that's really how you thank me for bringing you hunk sexy guys to take care of you and serve you. That's so mean. She was still playing that victim show, but I'm not buying any of that. Well, I'm not bringing any more guys then. Don't. My subconscious played me. Adele raised her eyebrow with that smug grin on her face. I mean, I don't care. Do whatever you want. Look the way really the same. Come on, Arthur. You don't have to keep pretending. I fully accept your love for guys and dicks. That's where it made me blush from top to bottom. Shut up. You don't have to be so explicit. I get it. There's no animals close to us, but I'm still worried that someone could hear us. Give me back my precious cuddles, or I'm gonna yell your love for cocks out loud. She extended her arms and gave me a threatening look. That's too low, even for you. I know you wouldn't dare. Oh, you think I'm not saying that? Oh, you think I'm not saying that? You love big cock. I immediately served her words with a big hug. Yay! I tightened the hug and started to purr. How old are we again? I sighed in defeat while the panther enjoyed her whim. So Arthur, tell me, which one do you like the most? She asked while patting my head. Still with that? Just drop the subject already. I complained, still saying about this situation. Just tell me. I really want to know. Ugh. The lion, I guess. He seemed so loving and gentle. Wouldn't mind sleeping on those huge pecs and sinking into them. I thought I ended the hub abruptly. Oh my bodkin. You like the daddy complex, being that he treats you like his son? Arthur, how kinky you are. Chelsea was faking surprised, but to make me look just like a pervert cat. And the worst thing is that she said all that out loud for anyone to listen. I gotta kill you right now, you crazy panther. I was so furious and embarrassed that even the fur on my back stood on end. You'll have to catch me first, pervert, Elfie. She ran away with a malevolent laugh. I'm not playing your games. Come here. I ran to following her. After all the persecution and the angry things I yelled at her, I was laying a few inches from her, panting heavily. I'm really gonna kill you. I breathed deeply and rapidly, trying to wipe the sweat that was sticking to my forehead. Leaning my body against a nearby wall, still trying to catch my breath. My daughter shook her head in disappointment. You really need to work on that weak bar of yours. We just ran a couple minutes. Contrary to me, she seemed cool and without dropping a single sweat. Are you worried about not being able to keep up in bed? I don't know if you can handle the type of guys you like, she said without being really concerned. I'm too tired to argue with you. I kept my anger to myself, so I concentrate on breathing. After a few minutes, I noticed how Oliver watched every corner of the graveyard. As a matter of fact, I didn't notice we were already here. Being so focused on catching Adora disoriented me. It seems like no one's here. She sighed relieved. The graveyard looked as creepy as always, even with the flowers and trees going around it. Don't help much to make it look better. Also, why it always look so familiar to me? The lamps weren't helping that much either. You could barely see where you were walking. I mean, it's good enough for us. We felines can see considerably well in the dark. However, it wouldn't kill anyone to put more lights here. Adora extended her paw to me, pulling me out of my thoughts. Here, let me help you up. I took air one last time and grabbed her paw. Better? We are pulling aside all the bullying you've done to me so far. Yeah, I'm fine. She laughed. Thanks for coming with me. I really appreciate it. She suddenly changed her attitude. It's nothing, Elfie. Elfie always takes care of her it's not. I kept my anger to myself so I could concentrate on breathing. After a few minutes, I noticed how Aldor watched every corner of the graveyard. As a matter of fact, I didn't notice we were already here. Being so focused on catching Aldor disoriented me. It seems like no one's here. She sighed relieved. The graveyard looked as creepy as always, even with the flowers and trees growing around it. Don't help much to make it look better. Also, why it always looks so familiar to me? The lamps weren't helping that much either. You could barely see where you were walking. I mean, it's good enough for us. We felines can see considerably well in the dark. However, it wouldn't kill anyone to put more lights here. I thought it sent her paw to me, pulling me out of my thoughts. Here, let me help you up. I took air one last time and grabbed her paw. Better? We'll put aside all the bullying you've done to me so far. Yeah, I'm fine. She laughed. Thanks for coming with me. I really appreciate it. She suddenly changed her attitude. It's nothing. Alfred always takes care of his friends. I embraced a stupid nickname for once. Adora smiled at me and started to walk into the graveyard. I followed her closely. Seeing so many tombstones with different names makes me wonder how many animals quiet in front of them. It's really sad to think about it, but I can confirm that the tombstones were visited recently just by the smells from them. Most like this, sometimes I wish I didn't have such a good nose. Also, I don't know why I feel that I'm not supposed to be here. It's really strange. We're here. Adora caught my attention as it sits in front of a tombstone. It's her mother's. Night, Mom. I sat on the grass close to her and watched as she puts a dandelion on the tombstone. I didn't notice when she got one. She probably had it on her paw this whole time. Look, it's your favorites. Adora smiled. The tombstone had some words on it. Here lays Herlinda, mother and wife, gave her life for her family. May she rest in peace. The face was as heroic as sad. Surprised, this time I brought Arthur with me. She grabbed me by the shoulders, just like a kid showing a friend to his parents. Hello, Linda. I smiled nervously. I'm glad you remember how she liked to be called. She grinned at me, then looked at the tombstone again. How's it going, Mom? I'm really doing well. Your daughter trains every day to become stronger. I almost even won a sword fight with Dad. She looked so happy. But I'm still trying to win his trust back. I don't side with sadness. But don't worry, I'm not giving up. We're making progress since you left us, and I'll keep fighting for that. I know a thing or two about our daughter's dad being mad at her, but I don't really know what happened. She said it was just some mild disagreements, although I don't believe it that much. The good thing is that me and Dad are doing a pretty good job protecting the town. I train every day the best guards that any place could have. Yeah, I mean a couple of them. She trained them really well. They look so strong, capable, and hot. No horny thoughts. There's not a time. Everyone in town respects me. They tell me how safe they feel when I'm around. I bet you'd be so proud to know how many lives I've saved. I noticed how our daughter's mood was starting to falter. Hey, I'm very proud of you. I said so that she holds that positive feeling on her. Our daughter looked at me a little surprised for a second, just before laying her head on my shoulder. I've been wondering these 11 years, will you be romantic with me, darling? She mocked me. Oh, shut up. I blushed. You don't have to worry, Mom. Arthur and me are looking for each other's backs. Oh, that's so sweet. She can be annoying at times, but she is the sweetest person I know. Oh, but you wouldn't believe his attentions on my guards. I've never seen him so thirsty for my boys. Forget every nice thing I've said about her. You're a liar. Do not listen to her, Linda. You know I'm not like that. I tried to explain to the tombstone or make an attempt to set Otto's mouth. She asked my guard if he could bury his face on his chest. That's not true. I yelled in embarrassment. I said my sexual orientation kept being the main topic. Moments later, when some of the bickering and jokes were over, our daughter and I were serious adults again. She closed her eyes and looked at her mother's grave. I did the same knowing what was coming next. May your soul find a better life and may we be there together. We said at the same time. We opened our eyes and looked at each other with a smile. Do you think that's true? She asked, looking at the tombstone with her smile disappearing slowly. What do you mean? You know, the meaning behind that phrase. I still didn't understand what she was talking about. Do you think that we really reincarnate? That maybe my mom has already a new family or a new life? Although she lost in thought, so much so that she just laid her head on me and didn't say anything else after that. The question made me feel weird, but I think I can work with that in light of the mood. Well, it's nice to think that our lives truly never end. That we just change and start over again. Wouldn't it be funny? I thought I took her head off my side and looked at me curious. What would be funny? Can you imagine I might have been something like a warrior in the past, and now I'm just a cook who has never held a sword in his life? Wow, that's really sad and pathetic, you ask me. You're really helping me with my self-esteem, you know? I said sarcastically. She just laughed. You know it's a joke. To me, you're perfect just the way you are. Suddenly get flustered by her words. Thanks. I grinned with a little blush on my face. Yeah, with that perfect round answer of yours. Stop worrying in the moment. She showed me her tongue playfully. We both got up from the grass and shook off the dirt from our butts. After talking about dirt, we cleaned the grave before leaving, taking out the trash around it. I think it's time to go. Suddenly, her smile disappeared and her ears lowered. She looked so worried and nervous. Are you okay? I asked, getting closer to her. Arthur, do you trust me? She sounded uncommonly insecure. Her sudden mood change was giving me the creeps. Of course I trust you, I replied with concern in my chest. My daughter raised her paw and opened it for me. Take my paw. I started to feel the mood suddenly so tense between us. I took her paw and she guided me past the graveyard's fence. Is this another joke of yours? I asked, wishing that this was just Adora doing the worst jokes, as always, but she didn't answer me. She just kept dragging me with her in silence. We climbed a small hill high enough to see the entire cemetery from here. My heart beats faster from every step closer to the top. I was getting anxious, like my body wanted to scream right away. Suddenly the sky began to get cloudy and I felt the cold winds blowing all over my fur. Shit. This will be quick, I promise. She finally said something when it started to rain. Adora hastened her steps without explaining anything to me about what was happening. When we arrived, Adora placed me under the tree to protect me from the rain. Arthur, I'm doing this for your own good. For our good. Adora put her paws on my shoulders, looking at me with concern. Adora, what's going on? You scare me. I warned Jaden and Matthew to never mention the things that happened when the great bodyguard saved you from the fire. Adora doubted to keep talking. That day, bodyguard found you gagged, bandaged and with your body trapped in a thick rope. Those fucking bastards kidnapped you and threw you away from that place. She raised her voice with anger. I'm glad bodyguard felt that something was going to happen in that place and quickly went to help you. When he had your unconscious body on his arms, I saw how the Adela seemed to be struggling about remembering something. I saw that place was on fire. I was so relieved that you were okay that I forgot with who you were at the time. But that day, I was alone. That day, there was no one with me. Adela desperately looked me in the eyes and shook my body. Arthur, I need to know who exactly did that to you. She took me away from the tree. The rain transformed into a storm and the water fully soaked our furs. I need to know who killed your parents, Arthur. Who? You were distorted on my ears and let me hear Adora that well. Them. She started to feet and turned my body towards the two graves close to us. My breath was cut and my head started to hurt terribly. I don't get it. There's nothing there. What is she talking about? Adora, there's nothing here. Adora looked at me scared. What? What? What happened? I can't hear anything. I can't see anything. My head hurts. Arthur. I heard my name with a sad tone. Oh. No. Are those things again? Help me. Please. No. That voice. It's different. It's so comforting. Why? My heart feels so happy. so relieved. You're the only one who can do it. Help me save them. Save them? Save who? Come with me, my sweet Arthur. Arthur? Arthur? Arthur! Arthur, wake up! Slowly I recovered my conscience, feeling a door fiercely shaking up my body. I opened my eyes and woke up frightened. What happened? Adora lunged at me to give me a hug. Thank Bogun, you're safe. She sighed relieved. Arthur, that voice again. It wasn't a dream. And lightning must have hit close to us enough to stun us. We have to go in. Adora, I heard someone asking for help. I interrupted her while I got up desperately. What are you talking about? I didn't hear anybody. Without paying attention to Adora's yelling, I kept looking for the voice asking for my help. Arthur, there's no one here. The storm's getting worse. We have to go now. I'm here. Please, help me. There it is again. Don't you hear it? She looked at me very confused and angry already. She took my arms to steal my attention. Are you insane? We gotta get the hell out of here before fucking lightning hits us. She began to drag me downhill. Don't leave me here, please. I stopped myself and looked at her with anger. Will you fucking stop for a moment? My sudden outburst scared her. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry, Adora. Just trust me, okay? She started to stop dragging me. Fine. Closed my eyes and prepared myself. Hope this works. Okay, Arthur, you can do this. Just focus. Take a deep breath and use your gift. I inhaled deeply, filling up my lungs slowly and steady. Well, there's grass, rain, leaves, a rotten apple. No. Concentrate, Arthur. For a second time, I took a deep breath. Grass, dirt, wet bushes, dirt, burn, grass, smoke. I think there's where the lightning struck. I repeated the breathing technique one more time. Arthur, what are you doing? Shh. Burn grass. Burn leaves. Dirty clothes. Further blood. Wait. Blood? If that's who I'm looking for, then he's hurt. I found him. I went as fast as I could to the source of the bloody first smell. I didn't really know exactly where he was because of the heavy rain, but the smell trace was guiding me there. I went downhill from the other side where Adora and I climbed up. Arthur, wait! I heard Adora following me and calling my name, but I didn't stop. I had this weird desire to find who asked me for my help. I moved some bushes and noticed the rotten apple I smelled a moment ago. I'm close. I watched my steps until I saw a big burnt tree. The flames were already doused by the storm. Then looked at the bottom part of the tree. Down at the bottom part of the trunk, and there he was. A horse? Slowly I approached him. The horse looked huge from close up, probably even bigger and brawny than Adora's guards. He was partially covered by a blanket. Maybe someone wanted to hide his entire body. Arthur. I heard babbling coming from the Ikreen. Carefully I got closer and stood next to him. Arthur. He's saying my name. Hey, are you okay? I touched my arm to see if I got an answer, but he didn't reply. Yes. I was shocked when I saw a big blood stain on his chest coming down his body and mixing with the rain. making a small wedges puddle below him. Arthur. The horse kept saying my name, but my concern about his injury was more important. He was very badly injured. Suddenly I heard the bushes moving. I told you to wait for me, Alfred. Adela stopped her words when she saw me close to the wounded horse. What happened here? She yelled. Then she was getting closer to me and the steed. I told you somebody was asking for help. I scolded her. Adela stood on the other side of the horse and placed 2 fingers on his neck. He has a pulse, but it's weak. She sounded really serious. What do we do? He's still breathing, but his chest is full of blood. Adela seemed to be down about really doing something with the horse. I don't know. I don't think it's safe to be here. The ones who hurt him still might be close, and I don't want you to get in danger. She gave me a stern look. We can't just simply leave him to die. I was getting angry about her nonsense. Without thinking that much, I grabbed the big arm from the horse and put it on my back. What the hell are you doing? I tried to lift him up, but he was too heavy. Are you listening? Yeah, I'm listening. But this horse is dying, and I don't want to waste more time arguing with you. Arthur, you don't know him. I don't care. What, are you supposed to help and protect animals? Thinking that this horse could die made me feel surprisingly sad and furious. Why did I care so much about him? Yeah, but nothing. This animal needs our help. So do your goddamn job. Help me carry him. Adela sighed, annoyed, and put the horse's other arm on her neck. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. We both lifted up the big horse. Still, it was difficult because of his weight. He was very tall too, so much so that his legs and part of his pelvis were dragging on the ground while we carried him. Now what, genius? She yelled at me. However, I couldn't see her face because the horse's head was between us. Let's get him to my house. I shouted out since the storm was just too loud. Don't you want to give him a kiss and call him daddy too? She was really mad because I couldn't differentiate if that was a joke or a serious statement. And why am I blushing? This is not the moment for your horny, stupid thoughts, Arthur. Just shut up and walk. You're way out of your mind, Arthur. The two of us started walking towards the town. Fortunately, our dog was strong enough to bear the weight that I couldn't. God, she's really strong. Arthur, you found me. The horse whispered at me. Then he began to move his head toward me. He started making up and down movements to rub his head with mine. Is he giving me cuddles? And of course, my body started to react to his actions. This isn't time to purr, stupid body. Thanks to God, Adela was so focused on carrying the horse that she didn't notice the cuddles he was giving me. The horse didn't stop rubbing his face with mine all the way through the graveyard. At least I can know that this is. I think I know with this if he's still alive. I'm not gonna let you die. After a really exhausting trip from the hill and graveyard, we finally were a few feet close to my home. But I was worried because the horse stopped giving me cuddles. Maybe he passed out. Once on my house entrance, I could barely open the door and push it open. Let's lay him on my bed. My dog nodded. I think he did that and helped me place the horse down. My bed spring squeaked, suddenly killing all the horse's weight. The bed was barely fitting the horse. The bed was barely fitting the horse size. Some of his body parts were hanging out of it. We were really exhausted having carried him all the way here, but we couldn't rest. We needed to make sure he was still alive. Bring me some alcohol, bandages, cotton, and thread to sew, she said while carefully checking the horse's injury. Before doing anything, I lit all the candlesticks to illuminate the house. Then I quickly localized everything Adora asked me and handed it to her. Good, I'll try to disinfect the wound. She poured a great quantity of the alcohol onto the cotton and started to clean the blood from the horse's chest. While she was cleaning, I noticed how big the wound gap was, and that made my heart pound nervously. My jaw dropped when she cleaned all the blood from the chest and fur. Is that a scar? The wound had always fully healed, but how? That could not be. There was so much fresh blood. I couldn't believe any of this. Maybe the blood was from someone else. She wasn't buying it. Then she checked the horse's pulse again. He's stable. I felt a weird relief on my chest. That's good news, right? He's no longer in danger. I thought aside and stood up. She took all the bloody cottons and threw them off in the trash can. We stayed in silence for a couple of minutes while the horse was calmly breathing and resting on my bed. Thank you, Odie. I broke the awkward silence. Arthur, I'm absolutely worried. She looked at him with a serious face. We don't know who this guy is. We don't know who hurt him, and weirdest of all, how he survived through that mortal injury. I don't want to know what kind of danger are we facing with this horse. Alderwa placed a paw on her face, massaging her forehead with stress. We do know that we saved him, and that is what really matters. Fortunately, the storm was already over. Without waiting for another response from Aldora, I grabbed some dry towels in my closet and handed one to her. Thanks. We both were completely soaked by the rain. Welcome, Aldi. I wiped off my fur and tried to dry every part of my body. She did the same. After a while, I noticed that Aldora looked so tired. Aldi, your night shift just ended, hasn't it? Why don't you go to your house and rest? I asked her nicely. And leave you with him? Are you crazy? She replied, not so nicely. I appreciate your concern, Aldi, but I'm not a cub who needs a babysitter. I grumbled. Aww. I know that, but we don't know how dangerous this guy might be. I really don't want to take the risk of him hurting you, she said with that motherly tone of hers. I smiled and blushed a little by her words. I don't think he can even move with that wound on his chest. Maybe it really healed, but that doesn't mean he's fully able to do something to me. Aldora still wasn't looking so convinced. Trust me, please. I don't want to mess up your job tomorrow. After all, this was my idea. She sighed defeated by my words. Fine, you win. First thing in the morning, I'll be here. If that horse hurts you or even touch one single hair of your fur, I gotta make fucking sure he really dies this time. Understood? I wish she was kidding, but that killer gaze of hers told me that she wasn't playing around. I nodded a little scared. Don't touch or get close to him, and if it's possible, tie up his arms and feet. I don't think that's proper to do. Answered a little nervous. Then she took off the sword on her back and gave it to me. Then, take this. Use it if necessary. I awkwardly grabbed the sword. I don't know how to use this thing. I hesitated, feeling a little scared on the thought of having to use it. Just unsheath it and stab who wants to hurt you until he. Just unsheath it and stab who wants to hurt you until they're dead. That's not a good tutorial, but if she's at ease knowing I have this thing, I'll take it. Well, I'm leaving. I followed her to the entrance of my home. I opened the door and noticed that it wasn't falling a single drop from the sky anymore. This weather is really weird lately. Be careful, I said with concern. I'll be fine. I'll see you tomorrow. She gave me a big hug and left. I locked the door inside, extremely tired. What a day. I put the sword close to the door. My clothes were still soaked, so I changed my outfit for a comfier one. I opened my wardrobe and took some clothes. I looked at the horse and I couldn't avoid thinking how he made my bed look so small. He was shivering. Crap, I forgot. He's wet too. I changed clothes very fast, so took some towels too and approached him. He started with his head and mane. I started with his head and mane. I changed clothes very fast, took some towels too, and approached him. I started with his head and mane. It was long and soft. His mane was a dense black color with white tips at the end of his locks. It contrasted well with his fur color. I began to work on his face and Quinn's snout. The horse had a little mark under his eye, a very weird-looking mark. He looked so manly with that beard, his bold eyebrows and strong neck. He's so handsome. I shook my head, saying my thoughts and kept drying off his neck. I took another dry towel and flinched because I realized his body was next. I never touched a guy like this before. It's exciting knowing I can fully fulfill my fantasy by touching his sexy body. No. This is really wrong. I'm not doing this pervert stuff. Still, I needed to wipe his body to dry him off. But why? Slowly, and taking my time, I wrapped the towel all over his white chest. His pants were wider, or similar from that lion guard. They looked like two big pillows. When pressing on them, I felt how meaty and strong his chest was. At this point, I really don't care purring. There's not one here to hear me anyway. At least no one conscious. His chest has a big white spot extending from the middle out to his pecs. I wiped the towel carefully in there, right where most of the scar was. I still don't get it. How did that heal so fast? I kept drying, this time his big arms and shoulders. Both arms had the same or even more muscles than those feline guards. I don't know if horses widen much more than other animals when they get muscles, but everything on him looks thicker and harder. He had some scars in his arms. Aldora had the same scars because she fights and trains every day. I think it's pretty obvious that this horse trains a lot too. On his left arm, he had markings similar to his eye, but with a even stranger pattern. It looked like a tattoo, but it's nearly impossible to do complex designs like that on fur. Maybe they're birthmarks? I try to make sense of the white marks on his arm. My excitement grows when it's time to wipe his abdomen. I know this looks so wrong, but I swear this was just to dry his fur so he wouldn't get sick. I looked at the horse's six-pack. God, she's really hot. When my face burned, I wiped with the towel all over his abdomen. It's been so long since I purred this much in one day. The tiny towel let me feel clear enough to form a queen six-pack. The V just before his crotch made me wonder if I needed to. No, I'm not a fucking degenerate. I quickly took my paws off him and started to dry his legs. Logically, his legs were huge and thick too. The horse didn't need to put them to work for me to feel how tough they were. Also, there they were again, those wheel marks, this time on his feet. Even the same design from his left arm. His naked feet made me wonder if he lost his shoes on the way here. I think I'm done. I felt so guilty for having kind of used the injured horse body as my fancy checklist. I deeply inhaled, brushing off all the horniness of my body and cleared out my throat, so I stopped purring. With my deep breaths, I accidentally smelled the horse. His essence evaded my nose. His essence. He smells so good. I always smelled other horses before, but he smells nothing like them. I mean, he smells like a horse, but something in him feels so soothing. My heart eases and relaxes just by smelling him. Yeah. Why is everything about him so mysterious and weird? Relieved now that the horse was mainly dry, the reality suddenly hit me in the face. I mean, how does this horse know my name? And never seen him in my entire life. Why he was so happy to see me? Why was him asking for my help? When my mind was running wild with questions, I took some bed seats from my wardrobe because I'm not going to sleep with a huge gun on it. Well, I could just snuggle up on his chest and, no, Arthur, gay fantasies are over. Sadly over. I laid the seats on the floor close to my bed. Save them. What did he mean by that? Why did he say I'm the only one who could save him? My head was dizzy by all this mysterious mess. The moonlight coming from my window lit up my bed where the horse was resting. How can he look so vulnerable, even with such a fierce body? Maybe I'm still touched by his dying state from when we found him. Looking at him makes my heart feel unease. Who are you? The whisper of my paw rests on my chest. Everything feels so weird, so unreal. Maybe tomorrow he'll give me the answers I'm looking for. I'll help you as much as I can, I promise. I'm not sure why I said that, but I felt the necessity to do it. I think I should start talking alone. Look at the horse one last time before I fell asleep. Good night, Mr. Horse. Thanks so much for playing. A big shout out to everyone who helped on the development of Unveiling. You can see all of them in the About screen. If you want to help us continue to release more content and improve the visual novel, support us on Patreon. There are rewards for those who contribute the most to the project. Like personalized thanks with a drawing of your persona and the appearance of your character in a small role or backgrounds of the visual novel. We will open more slots eventually, so this tier is very limited right now. Follow us on Twitter to stay up to date with updates. See you soon. So that was a demo for Unveiling. So while Arthur was carrying the horse back to his house, that horse seemed to recognize Arthur. I think the horse might know Arthur, because for some reason he knew his name. It's kind of weird to me, because Arthur clearly does not know who the horse is, but the horse talks like he knows Arthur, and somehow he figured out his name. I don't know, maybe the horse heard about Arthur from somewhere else, and maybe he saw Arthur somewhere else and the rumors about him somehow, and maybe that's how he figured out his name. So there's a bunch of feline characters in this game. Arthur and Aldora and the two guards. Both of them are huge and muscular. The tiger she's big, huge muscular pecs and arms, while the tiger had huge, thick, muscular legs. Based on the sprites. It was also mentioned by one of the characters that the tiger had a big butt and a broad back. And the horse was very muscular as well, everywhere. He might be even bigger than the guards themselves. So Aldora, both Arthur and Aldora are 20 years old, and they're best friends, and Aldora's the one who protects the town. Apparently her mother did the same job, and this is what I'm guessing. Her mother protected the town as well as she got killed, which is why she visited her mother at the funeral. At the grave site. Her father's still alive, though. He's protected the town as well, and somehow they're having some disagreement. I have no idea. And those little 10-year-old foxes, they were cute. They were very playful and innocent and just full of energy. And that peacock, the noble, just kind of like the typical attitude you expect from nobles: arrogant, rude, and just dismissive of people and social classes under them. So there are some images, but there are some things that are haunting Arthur. Apparently something happened from the past that's haunted him. Apparently I think he was in a building where it caught fire, and somebody apparently, I think, did it on purpose, and his parents ended up getting killed. So it seems like while the two main characters anyway, while the two main characters are happy, they seem very happy and cheerful at times, they have some tragic events that happen to them, and those tragic events still affects them to this day. But I think by just smiling and being together and joking a lot, that's their way of coping with the things that happened in the past, with them losing both their parents. It's a little tricky reading the game because of the grammatical errors in it, so it's a little more trickier than usual for me to read. I have to stop and look back at a sentence because the grammar wasn't really correct. But again, this is the demo, so I think once another build comes out, all the grammatical errors will be corrected and the sprites will be done. And they'll have more expressions. The characters have more expressions because this is a demo. So I really enjoy this game. I can't wait to see what happens next. Can't wait to see if the horse wakes up. And if he does wake up, I wanted to see what kind of person he's like and how he deals with Arthur. So this game first came out late last year. There hasn't been anything new since, but they did release a new update on their Patreon last month. And I think sometime this month in March they'll have a new build out. So it shouldn't be too long until something new comes out, and when it does, I'll have a video out for that. So all the information for the game on the description box below, like the Patreon, like I just mentioned just now, the Patreon where you can watch the game earlier before it becomes public and support the game financially, as well as the game's Twitter. Thanks very much for watching. See you later.